Welcome to Trendy Flix, your ultimate destination for the latest in movies, TV shows, and streaming trends. Subscribe now and stay ahead of the entertainment curve.
Caitlin Clark will have a special driver in bag for hyped golf event. Caitlin Clark will have some added speed up her sleeve during a golf competition next month. It doesn't appear that basketball has been the only sport at top of mind for Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark during her first WNBA offseason. And rightfully so, given the grueling amount of basketball she has played over the past year. Since she finally has a break from the court, Clark has been honing her golf stroke. Not only did she nearly hit a hole-in-one while playing with teammate Lexi Hull earlier this month, but those two were likely on the links to help Clark prepare for her inclusion in a golfing pro-am competition on November 13th, which is hosted by LPGA icon Annika Sorenstam. Clark is clearly taking this opportunity to compete on the golf course seriously, which is shown by her taking private lessons with renowned golfer Foyer Falconer, who played on the LPGA from 1987 to 1995, who is coaching the 22-year-old up on her drives and short game. The Fever icon isn't going to be the only professional athlete appearing at the Pro-Am. In fact, it was announced on Tuesday that she's going to have two professional athletes serving as her caddy. Josh Carpenter of Sports Business Journal posted on X Tuesday writing, "At IndyCar drivers Colton Herta and Marcus Ericsson will be guest caddies for Caitlin Clark and Annika Sorenstam in the Pro-Am at the Annika next month on the LPGA. Herta and Clark are both sponsored by Gainbridge, as is the tournament. This was also confirmed by the actual Pro-Am event, which is called the Annika, and will take place at the Pelican Golf Club next month. While it's unknown how good of golfers these two IndyCar drivers are, Clark having one of them as her caddy may add to her speed off the tee. Caitlin Clark is getting golf lessons from a former LPGA player ahead of Pro-Am with Nelly Korda, Annika Sorenstam. Before Caitlin Clark nearly made an ace that went viral on TikTok, the WNBA megastar had a lesson with Martha Foyer Falconer. The Crooked Stick Pro, who played on the LPGA from 1987 to 1995, was amazed by Clark's ability to make quick adjustments. "Within the time we were working, we saw some drastic changes," said Foyer Falconer, who had another lesson with Clark on Wednesday afternoon in Carmel, Indiana. This time the focus was on short game. Foyer Falconer noticed in the TikTok video that Clark was quite tense in her shoulders. It's all part of a tune-up before Clark plays alongside world number 1 Nelly Korda and LPGA icon Annika Sorenstam at the upcoming Annika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican in Bel Air, Florida. Clark will take part in the event's Pro-Am on November 13th and Women's Leadership Summit the day prior at the club. Last summer, Clark created a frenzy at the John Deere Classic Pro-Am when she played alongside Zach Johnson and Ludwig Aberg. Johnson called the Iowa legend transcendent. After the Indiana Fever were knocked out of the playoffs last month, Clark joked that she planned to become a professional golfer during the offseason. Foyer Falconer grew up in Carmel and won 3 Indiana high school titles as a golfer, but her first love was basketball. In the LPGA Media Guide, Foyer Falconer listed her favorite moment in golf as playing basketball with Julius Erving. She once played one-on-one against Dr. J during a party at the tour's Atlantic City stop. Needless to say, it's a thrill for Foyer Falconer to work with Clark, who is shopping around for a golf home in the Hoosier State. Foyer Falconer confirmed that the 22-year-old is nuts about the game and described her as a raw talent. "It helps, too, that the weather of late has been ideal for her to grind. It's also part of her DNA," said Foyer Falconer, "because she's going to do things well. She wants to be as good as she can in every